Hey kids, welcome to the first episode ish of Castles, Capes, and Clones Cuisine. Now this is a show where we're going to go and show you how to make food that's been featured or kind of featured in Disney movies, Marvel movies, and yes, even Star Wars movies. Now, these are not going to be gourmet kind of things where you need to get ingredients that you can't find or have to go to a specialty store. These will be things you would have in your pantries already, or maybe you can go to the local grocery store and find it really easily. So let's take a look at our first clip and see what we're going to make today.
Oh God.
What's up, regular size man?
Poor Ant-Man. But from that clip, you can probably tell we are going to make tacos. Now, the first step to making tacos is to get that taco mix that costs like 75 cents and toss it in the garbage because it's full of eights. You know, stuff that ends in 8, nitrate, I don't know, whatever's. I'm going to show you kind of how to make your own taco seasoning with a bunch of spices that you should actually have handy in your cupboard. Below, I'm going to have the actual kind of written ingredients and like measurements and stuff because I kind of eyeball things. But you pretty much want to use cumin, chili powder, cayenne, paprika, garlic, onion, oregano. Mix all that. You can play around with the ratios if you want. So that'll be your taco seasoning. And then I'm also going to add a kind of smallish white onion or medium onion if you want, half a medium onion. Some sliced jalapenos, taco sauce for later, lettuce for later. I got a pound of ground beef. This is 90-10, so it's pretty lean. If you can use whatever blend, 80-20. You might want to drain some of the fat out of that before you start adding the spices and stuff. And then we're just gonna do some tortilla shells because that's what he used in the clip there. Super stuffer, so they'll be a little big, like Hulk sized. All right, let's go ahead and start with the onion, shall we? And cut this in half. So we want to do a fine dice on this. So what you want to do is take off this part, the top, not the root. You want to leave the root intact. Stick that there, and then you want to remove the top layer. Riveting. Why? All right, got your two halves. Now onions are already segmented, so you don't really have to do that cut that goes this way. This you might see some people do. I just like to do. Now I'm not cutting into the root section. And then just cut this way. Be careful with your fingers. There. Alright, got your onion all chopped up. Next you want to take some jalapenos. Now you can omit this if you want, if you don't want it to be a little spicy. I kind of like it. Basically my approach is I'm putting everything in here that I would top a taco with anyway. When I start serving or want to eat, I don't have to have all these little condiments and stuff out. So hence the onions are in there. Plus I don't like raw onions, so I like to cook it. So it'll be in the mix already. So at least we want to do another fine dice. Be careful when you're working with jalapenos or any kind of hot pepper. If you get it on your hands, do not touch your eye, because you will have a bad day. All right, now that all the vegetables are cut up, we can move over to start making the taco filling. So let's move over to the pot. All right, on the stove, you want to heat a pretty fairly sized pot over medium-high-ish. And then you want to add some oil. I'm using avocado oil. In the pan, we're going to start sauteing the onions. So I'm going to cook these a little bit until they start getting soft. Now, a good habit is to season at every step. So a little salt and pepper. As you can see, I'm using a electric stove, so anyone can do these things. Alright, soften up a bit. So what we want to do at this point is add the jalapenos. Cook that a little bit. Nice, nice. And now we want to add the beef. So you want to break it up. Again, salt and pepper. The spice mix that I'm using, I didn't add salt and pepper to that mix because I like to control that. So keep cooking this until there's no more pink. And everything's nicely incorporated with each other. Forgot to mention, before I start doing this, you want to preheat your oven to the temperature that the tortillas instruct you to do so. So for these, it's 325, so I've got the oven preheating. Alright, at this point I'm actually going to start adding the spice. So as meat cooks, it absorbs also some of the flavor. Now, this is how much I mix it all together. This is how much it kind of made. I'm not going to use all of it, obviously, but you kind of want to eyeball. See how that goes. You don't want to overdo it. About a packet's worth. If you know how big those packets are, same kind of measurement for a pound of beef. So you can see the colors coming in. It smells awesome. Now, like I said, that's spice blend. You want to play around with it. You know, if you don't like things too hot, you know, take out some of the chili powder, cayenne, add more cumin if you want. Get it the way you want. And if you have those spices on hand all the time, it really doesn't cost you much, right? Because over time, all that stuff will kind of pay for itself. But there you go. It's looking pretty good. Let's see. Resembles some kind of taco filling, right? At this point, let's take it off the heat. My oven's ready, so I'm going to heat up the taco shells. Alright, now so for tacos, you can put whatever toppings you like. If you want more onion, you can put more onion. Or you can use tomatoes. I'm not really a big raw tomato fan, so I don't really have it. But I will put some lettuce on her. It's very easy. You kind of want shredded lettuce. Of course, you can do this however you want. There you go. Got some lettuce. If you have shredded cheese on hand, use that. Otherwise, I like to shred my own cheese, so we'll do that too. So I'm using a blend of white cheddar and yellow cheddar. Do you have to? Not really. I'm only making a couple tacos, so I don't make that much. That's good for about 2 tacos. Alright, so now the taco shells are done. I'm using this little tong to prop it up a little bit. Now you can build your taco really any way you want. I like to start with the cheese on the bottom, because when I put the meat on there, it should have melted a little bit. So, boom, some cheese there, make it nice. Whatevs. And then add some of the meat on here. I like to add some more spice, so I'm going to put some hot sauce on here. And then finally, I'm going to cool it with some lettuce. Again, you can put whatever you want on your taco. This is what I like. So, here we go. Avengers Endgame tacos. Bon appetit! Be sure to hit subscribe and hit the bell notification to be alerted when we have new videos. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.